we usually have like a little discussion. We're talking about Bali. What the hell is this? MCM 2.0? Like what do you got on
Bali
today?
is top name brand clothes from back in the day, in the 80s. So only cool people. Big Daddy Kane used to wear Bali. LL Cool J used to wear Bali. Rakim used to wear Bali. They had shoes too. Suede blue, some Valora suits, leather jackets. Bali was the shit. It was the shit. You know? I don't know how this...
Hi, everybody.
I don't know how she doesn't know what it is.
I don't even know if I'm being recorded or not yet. You guys say I am, but I don't believe it.
No, we were recording. You know what's funny? I actually do remember Bali shoes.
I remember Bali shoes.
I remember
too,
Bali,
actually.
so it's the same company. You don't.
They're too loud.
I could have turned it down, but it's okay.
It's okay.
So Bali, the same Bali that you have on is the same people that made the Bali shoes, technically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now we're talking. Now I get it.
The Fly Bali shoes. It's from Switzerland. You know, Swiss people make some nice things.
You think so? They make nice chocolate.
The chocolate is fly.
They do make nice chocolate. You're right.
The chocolate is nice and smooth.
Watches.
Watches are wicked.
Yeah. Excellent watches.
And
great engineering.
Tracksuit.
And tracksuits?
Apparently. Can I touch your Bali?
Don't touch me. With those claws.
Can I touch them?
Wolverine, stay away from me.
I just want to touch it.
Listen here, Wolverine.
Once. Oh my God. It's so nice.
The women them can't keep their hands off of me. I don't know why.
Such a nice jacket.
How much call me kill if I get this? How much call?
Peter's going to come knocking at your door like in 2 minutes. Don't say that.
What's going different way?
Don't say that. People are going to come for him.
How you guys enjoying the weather?
I'm in a fur.
Yeah, you nice and warm.
She's not warm. She's wearing a fur with a crop top and a belly out the door in the free -5 Canadian weather.
It's actually -12.
Is it -12?
It's supposed to. It feels like -12. It is -5, but
well, weren't we at like plus like 10 or something yesterday?
Yeah, we were nice yesterday. It's back and forth. I feel like Trump is in control of the weather and he's just fucking it up.
I'm not going to speak on that. I'm leaving that alone.
Why? Are you conspiracy theorists?
So first of all, do you know where conspiracy theory, that term, came from?
No.
CIA came up with conspiracy theory.
Oh.
And they came up with that term because anyone who would go against something that they said, they had to make them look a certain way. See?
No, really?
This is, so look that up for yourself. When I say things, I always tell people, like, do your research. Don't believe anything, like, especially not anything he has to say. But don't believe just what people say. Do your research. But the word conspiracy, that term, conspiracy theory, that's the CIA.
She's not lying.
See?
It's true.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's them.
Gay Edgar Hoover came up with that.
Yep, Mr. He was gay. He was. That wasn't his name.
Yeah, Gay Edgar Hoover came up with that style and fashion. You know?
He was serious because he didn't want anyone going against, like, they had to make sure if they're being found out, which they were, that these people look crazy.
And he was the director of the CIA at one point.
There you go.
For many years.
Right.
So there's that conspiracy. So am I a conspiracy theorist? No, I'm a behavioralist. And because I'm a behavioralist, I know how people stay. And there's certain people in this world who are just greedy and want more and more and more. And they're going to do whatever they can to control so they can get more and more and more and more and more.
Like when she come on my house and she see me fry fritters and we put one in one plate, give her 3. And she look at me and say, what's this? Put in 5. She looked at me and said, what is this? We give her 10. She kind of nod her head. Greedy, you know?
Why did you go down that road?
Had to.
No, but your fritters are good though.
What did Gay Edgar Hoover do to get the position of the head of the CIA?
Tell us, Fury. No, tell us.
You know?
I don't know, no.
Took out Marcus Garvey.
Oh, yes. He was
That's
instrumental in that.
He was the guy that took out Marcus Garvey. He set the plan, set the trap, did the whole thing, and he got all the credit for it.
Why were they so afraid of Marcus Garvey?
Because he was telling black people to do for themselves and to take a portion of them back to Africa. He knew that some people...
Without social media, by the way, guys. Without social media. No Instagram, no Facebook. He started almost a worldwide movement with no social media. That's why they had to take him out.
In New York, during segregation,
Craziness.
Whites only restaurants. You can't walk in the same sidewalk as a white person. You have to go on the road, walk in the dirt. You can't drink water at the water fountain. He was doing that during that era. Came from Jamaica, couldn't speak English that
Couldn't
good.
speak English, yeah.
Had to learn from, he watched video, he went to a couple of church things. What's the guy's name? I can't remember. Floyd is a white pastor. He said, that guy can speak good. So he started mocking how he spoke. And then he put his words in how his charisma, with the Floyd guy's pastor's charisma. And that's how he was able to speak proper English.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did. And that's what was going on. So
I just thought he was serious.
he's very serious.
He was people were very afraid of him because he was able to mobilize nations. Think about that. Some of us out here talking about being influencers. What are you influencing?
Not one
Marcus Garvey is an
shit.
influencer. That's why there's Garvinites. That's where Malcolm X came from.
Garveyites.
All that. That's
Garveyites. Say it right. Don't Garvin. Garveyites. Yes. Yes.
So I'm gonna always lean back on the fact that my parents are Jamaican and they make up words. I said this earlier.
Yes, you did.
And this is just what I do. So I'm gonna say Garvinites.
No, don't do
right.
that.
Garveyites, okay. Garveyites.
Don't disrespect Garvey.
Okay, understand.
Malcolm
Garveyites.
X's father was a Garvey.
Was a Garvey. Where's he from? Do you know that? Do you know where he's from? Marcus Garvey's, Malcolm X's dad?
Malcolm X's dad.
A lot of people don't know because it's unknown. He's from Jamaica though.
Really?
His mother's from Grenada. So
Yeah, his father's Jamaican, and his mother is from Grenada.
from Grenada, yes.
Her
from,
mom got raped by a white man.
Oh shit.
That's how she was so red. That's how he came out red.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's natural. But his dad, they know very little about his dad because his dad got murdered, right? So
Oh.
A big man, a 6'6" beast with a big old 357 Magnum, Used to walk with,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he had to because, he's a Garveyite.
Where do you guys find the hunger for education? And I'm talking about like black education, not just like the normal shit we learn from school. Like where do you guys find the will to want to learn more about us? Anyone you guys can answer.
you go
or
first.
both.
I'll answer after.
Well, my hunger came from when I was small. I was in a situation at these kiddie jails where I was surrounded by some young up-and-coming white supremacists. So, they're saying they're white and supreme and trying to say that niggers are monkeys. And I'm like, okay. I started doing research myself, reading books, reading history books. It wasn't just black history, because there's no such thing as black history. It's world history.
History period. Yeah.
History, period. I started studying everything. And I started realizing that, oh, shit, the people they're talking about is us, but we just don't know it because black people don't like to read. Hence, the dunce cap society that you see what's going on
Jesus
right now.
Christ.
Bunch of dunce people who don't want to know about themselves. But my hunger came from that. So I was in a position where I had to learn more about myself to keep my personal esteem and ego up. So when they tell me something, like certain things, like you would look at a black person and think they look like a monkey when they call us monkeys. But when you shave a monkey's skin, like the fur off of it, the skin's white.
I never thought about that, but I guess
You know what I mean? The only thing that's black on the monkey is his face. Everything else white.
Damn. No, you're right.
So, that's what. But then I started realizing that later on in my life, like now, I realized that it's not about just black. Because the black thing is a joke thing. That's what's keeping us back. This black thing. Black is not a nation, so you can't be sovereign to black. You know what I'm saying? You can't say I'm defending black. Cause okay, if you're to defend black, that means you have to take everything that's black. There's a lot of bad with black. A lot of, most people that are doing all the killings to black men are black. If you stop calling yourself black and start looking at something else and then pick the positive out of something else and then use that as your reference point to build on something else. Like, you know what I mean? Right now we're living in a bad, Jamaicans have pride. You can say Marcus Garvey, Bob Marley, Nanny, Bogle. I'm going to put Skeng down in there. I'm going to rate him. Leonard Howell, Maurice Dunkley. There's a lot of people in Jamaica that people don't speak about, you know? And that's nationalism right there, right? If you want to call it anything else. Americans can say they have, what's his name? My God, my brain fart right
It's
now.
called old. This
No,
is what
it
happens
is
when you
not.
get old.
It's not.
Age.
Noble Drew Ali. Noble Drew Ali. Elijah Muhammad. Stokely Carter, he's from Trinidad. H. Rap Brown. Fred Hampton. Bunchy Carter. These are all like brothers and sisters, brothers that are born in America, that did amazing things in America. You know what I'm saying? Some of them realized that the land that they're living on was originally theirs. Some of them didn't really know that the land they live on was originally theirs, right? Due to certain peace treaties that were given onto certain people, you know? So it's, you know, you have to just know yourself. Like, there's a reason why the system puts negative stuff out there and pumps it and play the same song over and over again, like the Glorillas, the Nicki Minaj's, I can't remember I don't even know the names.
Cardi B.
Oh, Cardi B.
Cardi B's.
Trying to go out to mend them too now. What's that about your boy's name?
There's a few
Young
of
Thug.
them.
Young Thug.
Yeah,
No,
there's
Dirk.
Oh, there you go. There's a
Dirk
few of them.
They call Dirk and everything's little. Little Dirk, little this, little that, little. Before it was dog. Dog. You know? You know, people just following the same thing. Nigga, I'll blow your brains out. Nigga, I will kill you. I got all these hoes. And they're not talking about no white hoes. They're talking about black hoes. You know what I'm saying? It's negative, right? They're not thinking about the future generations down the line. They don't care. They just want to, it's a cash grab. Money. Money. So, you know, these women are out there doing all this crap, skinning out their asshole and doing all kind of shit on TV, on YouTube, and saying, let her cook, and talking like they're crazy and shit. We don't need niggas, and, you know, turning people out trisexual and all kind of blood clot. Try any blood clot thing, all horse and donkey.
I need men.
Dog. Yeah.
I will make sure I come out here and say that. They're needed. Men are needed. For me, personally.
Oh, yeah? Why are men needed?
Okay, hold on. Before we get into that, I have one question for you, and then I want to get your hunger.
Yes.
When you were talking about all the American men that realized, or whatever the case may be, where do you put Stanley Tookie? Where do you put Stanley Tookie in that whole situation?
Where do I put him in that?
Is he a visionary or is he a gang leader?
He was a visionary and a gang leader. He's both.
Can you be both though?
You have to be both sometimes.
Gang in a negative way or gang in a positive way?
It's
That's subjective. Negative and positive are
all right.
subjective.
Listen, if you're in prison and you have men that are following you in prison, you have to be a gang. There's no going around that. It's a gang is like a small version of a militia. That's what a gang is. You know, it's a militia. It's a friggin' mini army. So there's nothing wrong with gangs. What's wrong with gangs is when you start killing each other.
It's their purpose and intention.
Right? Originally, the intention was to help the community, guard the community, gatekeep your community. And then it turned into some other shit. Right? So, you know, we need more brothers to think like Larry Davis. His philosophy is different now. It's like more like what I'm saying. You know, Larry Davis is like another brother that was, you know, that people need to revere and hold high because he could have just, you know who Larry Davis is? Mm-mm. You know who Larry Davis is?
No.
All right, Larry Davis is from the Bronx. And the feds were giving him bricks on consignment, right? And they had him like, and he couldn't, it's like a slavery. They're like, yo, pump this out. He's like, yo, I don't want to do this shit no more, man. And the minute he said, I'm going to stop for a second, they took set on him and said, yo, we have an APP on this guy, he's a killer. They surrounded the place on him, They tried to kill him, and they shot 3 of them, and escaped. Got away. Then he turned himself in, right? Which I wouldn't have probably. I don't know if I would have done that, but he did that, and then they gave him like life, and they're trying to fight to get him out. But they know. But the whole situation of that now is we need more people that think like that. Because if you're gonna call yourself a gangster and be gangster, you can't just be like shooting at your own. That's crazy. That means when you're shooting at your own, that means you're looking in the mirror. You hate yourself.
Absolutely.
It's easy to kill your own brother. When I got clapped, it's not white people shooting me, it's niggas shooting me, When I have gunshot in me, it's not from white people, it's niggas. It's not, you know what I'm saying? So the mentality has to change, right? People have to start loving themselves. When you love yourself, the violence will ease down a little bit because you're going to think to yourself, I don't want to do that because I don't want to go to jail and bathe with a bag of man, have to eat with a bag of man, talk to a bag of man, sleep with a bag of man. Everything's a blood clot bag of man. The hell you want to go to jail for? There's nothing in there but body hole and piss. Right?
And men.
And man.
And man.
Yeah.
It's true. Forgot that very important component. Man.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
you gotta think more wisely in this time because people are just on some monkey shit, man.
So your hunger?
For you know what? I think it was just for me, something just didn't feel right. I was raised in the church.
No.
So both of my parents are ministers.
Oh.
I was raised in the church, and the whole time I was in church, something just didn't feel right. And there was just this need to I needed to learn more. I needed to understand. And you know what is funny because I watched, have you heard of Zeitgeist? Have you seen that? Have you heard of that documentary?
I never heard the documentary, but
Okay, so Zeitgeist is basically it's a very big eye opener. It made me understand why religion is a tool, right? All of us get caught up into our religions, and I always say one of our gods are wrong. Like someone's wrong. We can't all be right, or we could all be right? So that's what I learned in that sense. And in watching that documentary, I learned that a lot of what we see and what we know is controlled. So with me, my background is I'm heavy into psychology. That's where my love is, my passion. And I understand what has been done to our people to control us mentally and to feed us a narrative over and over again, repeated, because that's how you get someone to believe something is you repeat it over and over again. So that repetition didn't work with me. Every time something was repeated to me, I was like, I feel like slavery is not my background. Like slavery is not the only thing that happened to me. And more knowledge, and honestly, things just came to me. People just shared things with me, and I'm a learner naturally. I'm a sponge, even at this age. I'm old. He says I'm old. At this age, I'm still a sponge. Like for me, it's like there's so much that needs to be known, and he's right. People don't read. I'm a reader. That's what I do. So my knowledge, my thirst for knowledge of our people came from the fact that yes, I want to love me as a woman of color. I don't feed into this narrative of the European. I wanted to know who I was, and what about me was something about me felt different. I just couldn't explain it, so I had to learn. That's why I tell everyone, for me, education is so important. In order for you to navigate this world, you have to learn. You've got to learn. You can't. We only learn through experience. Everything else, we parrot. Our parents tell us to do something, so we've done it our whole lives.
that's true. Yeah.
Society has told us to do something, so we do it our whole lives.
Yeah.
The only things we learn is when we go through it naturally. We're like, oh shit, that didn't feel good. Oh shit. So for me, I'm a natural learner. I have to go through. I put myself in some messed up situations sometimes, but I have
purpose?
to. No, it's because I'm ignorant. We all are until we learn, right?
Yeah, true.
So some of these things I just go through, but
No. Don't do that.
what do you mean? No,
Some of the situations you put yourself in, you damn well knew what you were doing.
I did.
It's not ignorance. Don't do that.
Okay, some of them I did.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but some of them I did. Okay, thank you for
Holy
calling
God.
me out.
Yeah,
I
that
appreciate
called
it.
the blood clot.
Thank you. No. Some of them I did know better. And some of them my parents would call me on. They'd say things like, watch the company you keep, because the company you keep determines who you are. Right? So if my company's doing stupid shit, I want to swear and I can't.
You can.
I
can?
can't though, because if you post something, my mom sees it.
I'll
she'll
take it.
cuss me.
I'll make sure
No,
to.
no. Don't bleep nothing.
No, don't bleep it. I don't want you to bleep it.
Okay.
Like, trust me, don't bleep it at all.
Okay.
You know, if it slips, it's gonna slip. But no, my mom always said the company you keep, and a lot of the company I keep were on some fuck shit. They just were. So guess
See,
what happened
you did it
to
on
me?
purpose again.
I
'Cause
did.
you know-
I purposely. Yeah, I did. Sorry, Mom. I don't know.
Don't even say sorry.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I got
So
the
because
bad
of that, like, I did fuck shit, and it was unfortunate, and I had to learn some harsh lessons through that, though. Right. So for me, it's just about, I know that there's people in this world who are doing their absolute best to control how we think, and I want to help my people circumvent that. That's the whole point of this.
Right.
They have us controlled here above everything else. They have us controlled here. I don't care what people say about science. It's this. And if you can find some type of control of this and not let everything else, Instagram, TikTok, all that bullshit control you, I'm telling you, there's some truths out there, but people just don't pay attention. They're too caught up. Remember, we were just talking about the whole, people only watch 2 minutes and that's it.
Yeah.
That's all they can manage.
Yeah.
I'm a person who can manage a lot more than 2 minutes. Trust me.
Okay. No, well, you're old school. But,
Hey, hold on a second.
yes.
Easy on the old school talk.
I mean, we're all, okay, whatever.
Easy on the old
She's
school
a
talk.
damn old foot. No matter go and like say a young girl that fly upon one wing. Great.
It's your boy Vegas, man. It's your boy.
Lord thy God, Fury.
That's what's up.
125 keys of Pakistani curry, colder than a McFlurry. Judge and the damn jury. I never caught scurvy.
And this is the Man Them Show. Gutsy is taking his vacation. We are here with a very special guest today. She is a part of this Toronto Caribbean newspaper, Canada's leading Caribbean newspaper.
Speak
Listen,
that.
I haven't seen or even read a Caribbean newspaper since the 90s, since Share and that other one that used to be right beside Share at 90s. Caribbean Camera.
Big up. They're in the game. Got to give them their props, though.
They got to give them the
Can't
props.
hate.
But we're here with Miss Simone. Can we get an round of applause for Miss Simone in the
Clap,
building
Fury.
today?
He was going to clap. He was going to clap, then he stopped because he's a hater.
No, you tell me what to do. Are you telling me? Don't tell me what to do.
Okay, I'm sorry.
How are you, Miss Simone?
I'm honestly, thank you for having me here. You and Fury, I appreciate, even though he's, who he is. Thank you for having me here. It's been nice.
No problem.
Nice vibe.
No problem. Mental health check. How have you been? How was your week? How are you?
Oh, shit. This weekend was a blur. So real quick. So I was just part of an event called the Leg Up Symposium, all about learning money, earning money, growing money, utilizing money, and the psychology of money.
Oh, really?
It was huge. Yeah, it was a 2-day event, and I helped put that together. David Griffiths, founder. And then it was print week. So I had articles to edit, articles to write. So that ended yesterday at 9 p.m.
Wow.
And then I got up this morning and I had a proposal to put together to do a mental health sessions with the Peel District School Board. Cross your fingers with me on that one, because for me, everything's about knowledge of self. And I think a lot of people I think this world would be a much better place if people just learned who they were and handled their own shit.
Sounds very busy.
Very. And then I got calls and yelled at to hurry up. You chose this day. It was you. You chose this day. You chose. You all over my damn phone to get down to Scarborough from Milton. Okay. And I still got down here on time and did what I need to do. So it's been a very busy weekend. Mental health wise, I'm good because I work very well under pressure.
Okay.
But tonight, I am going to crash.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what's up.
Yeah, if you're wondering who she's talking about, who's calling her phone and saying to her, hurry up and don't bother.
It was you.
Fall asleep. Tell me, I'm tired. Is it
I'm
there?
tired.
I said, go ahead. You said Tuesday. No bother making me the blues there.
That's what's up. So tell me what you do at Toronto Caribbean.
So I am the chief correspondent at the Toronto Caribbean newspaper. I work with a great team. I have about 25 writers who write with me. And what we do, what's different with our newspaper compared to a lot of other newspapers is that we don't just report news. Our focus is on education. We want people to make sense out of nonsense. because that's what this world is. It's a lot of nonsense. So we bring things that people are going to utilize to help them be better. That's the whole point. And get past all this fake news. When they talk about fake news is also created by the CIA.
Is this CSIS in Canada though? CSIS?
CSIS?
CSIS? Is that what it's called here?
Sure, whatever.
Oh
it's all the same shit.
For real?
They all do the same thing.
Okay.
It's just have a different name. Just call them synonyms of bullshit.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
I'm telling you.
Is there still a business for print though? Like I feel like print is so outdated, you know, like
So here's where, you know what? I hear people saying printed is outdated, and this is where I feel like I need to drag people up, because the only reason that we know the history that me and Fury know is because there's things that were printed. They were written. If it wasn't written, where was it? They didn't have Instagram, Facebook, Telegram back then. They had paper and pen. And that's why we know what we know. So my job is to ensure that this type of stuff keeps going. We need this in print, because if they want to shut down information, guess what they're going to do?
I'm going to pick up a paper.
No. If they want to shut down information online, what are they going to do? Shut it down. And then we have access to nothing. They can wipe what they want. They cannot wipe print.
You know what's crazy? I was just telling my friend about this, but not in like this, but more like physical media, like video games and stuff. Like there's a license to it, like maybe 2 years. And if the world shuts down and you have nothing to do, like what are you going to do if you have no physical media, if you have no DVDs or tapes or CDs? Like,
what are you doing?
Exactly.
So you need tangible.
Yeah.
Tangible is always going to be important. When they're trying to get rid of money, I'm like, don't get rid of cash. You see how they're trying to get rid of cash? These are all things that are part of this plan. And this is why people need to pick up a freaking magazine or a newspaper and read it.
So how do we tell people to do that though? Like,
so,
especially in a world of today where everything is, all this is here. Well, technically, you know what I mean? How can we do that?
You know what? It's something that's something that we're still working on, because only people who really will do this are people like Fury and myself, who understand that the power is in the word, right? A lot of us got caught up with the whole video and the again, the Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff life. We don't understand that the power is in this, because this has been orchestrated, right? They've made you believe that this is not important. The written word is not important. But everything, they say, if you want to hide something from a person of color, put it in a book.
For real.
Wow. We don't know shit. This is why we're all walking out here just following people. Go ahead, Fury. I know you want to come with something with this. Go ahead.
If you want to hide something from anybody, put it in a book.
Put it in a book. People don't read.
Nobody's not reading. No, doesn't matter what color you are now.
It's true. It has nothing to do with race.
Reading. Nobody's sitting down with a book and saying, I'm going to read the book and find out how to do this.
Well, not nobody, but very few.
90% of people are not reading.
Do not read.
Yeah, I even went to audiobooks.
Yeah.
I don't want to read.
But you know what, though? Okay, so here what I say to that, though. So people learn differently. So audiobooks, you're still ingesting information.
Right.
People take in information, but a lot of the information they're taking is foolishness. It's not nothing of substance. I guarantee the books you're reading or listening to have substance, right?
Yeah, more like novels and stuff that I wanted to listen, read back in the days that I didn't get a chance to.
Okay, well, you're taking in information, regardless, you're taking it in. I'd still tell you to read, because again, you have to understand your brain is a muscle. You got to work it. Okay?
Yeah.
You got to work it or it dies.
Work it.
You got to work it. And the best way to work your mind, but they won't tell you that, because they want you docile. They want you to be obedient. They can't have obedient motherfuckers who have strong minds. That's not how you have obedient people. You make people obedient by telling them they don't need to do this anymore. Make other things look more attractive, like making it shorter. That's why our attention spans are what, like 5 seconds now?
3 minutes.
We're like goldfish.
For 3 minutes at least.
5 seconds, max. You try to watch something for 3 minutes. I dare you right now to try to watch something for 3 minutes. That's why these Instagram shorts are a minute or less.
They have turned up to 3 minutes now, but it started off 60 minutes. It actually started off like 15 seconds. It started off at 15 seconds, and they went up to 30, then 60, a minute and a half.
Okay, then you try to get someone to read. See how attractive 15 seconds, even 3 minutes is attractive. When most of these reads are 6-minute reads, I'm already over 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But this is where the truth is, right? And they don't want you to know that. So that you're going to do everything they can to make sure that you stay under 3 minutes. We are 3-minute people. Think about that.
It's very sad.
In the bedroom,
No, I don't
In the
deal with
kitchen.
3-minute people in the bedroom.
Yeah, right. In the bedroom.
Never.
In the
No.
kitchen, people want to make Mr. Noodles. 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Everything's
food.
fast.
Yeah.
3 minutes. You're in line for maybe 3 minutes max and you get fast. But is any of that good for you?
No.
All right. So read. Read, people. That's where they hide everything.
Have you been with this? How long have you been with this company?
11 years. I am loyal.
11.
That's one thing about me. I am loyal. Yes.
So we're saying, like, I guess, in your adult years, you got a job and you says, I'm sticking with it. Where did you start? Like,
adult years, my friend. I'm 45.
yeah, so
This is
11
way
years,
past
you're 30. Oh, yeah, you're way past.
Yeah,
that.
I was adult when I started this.
So what were you doing before this?
So again, my background is in psychology. So I was a student. I've always been a student.
Schoolgirl.
I was a schoolgirl, absolutely. And I got myself in a little bit of trouble.
So wait, schoolgirl by choice or by force?
No, I love school.
Okay.
I've always loved school. Yeah. I'm telling you, there's just this thirst. I have this thirst for knowledge. I want to learn. I need to know. I need to understand. I don't know how people just go through life not wanting to understand. Like, I need to, why are things the way they are? You're just okay with accepting it? No, like, tell me more. I need to understand.
Okay.
I always feel like you have something to say. I feel you having something to say.
What?
Okay.
What do you want me to say?
He's my backup.
Okay.
He's gonna interject whenever.
When he needs to. Are you part of the show like that?
Huh? Your focus point is you today.
Exactly. It's all about
Really?
you.
So I'm not going to overtake like that.
Oh,
I
Fury.
don't touch me.
So you go to school
Don't touch
for
me.
psychology,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And you end up in the newspaper.
All psychology. All psychology.
Newspaper psychology too?
Absolutely.
How does that work? I don't really understand that.
Oh,
The
okay.
topics.
Because I would feel like, okay, boss, the topics.
So you realize that, like, go ahead.
Like, for instance, this is her thing here. The Haitian crisis and the global bystander effect.
Do you know what bystander effect is?
Like a citizen, like just watching, I guess.
That's psychology.
Exactly.
Because a lot of us are just sitting back while things are happening to our people.
And then behind that says a stark reminder that true compassion cannot be confined by borders. That's psychology.
That's
Everything
psychology.
she writes is about psychology.
Everything. Because it starts, I told you, it starts here. This is where they get you.
Four common tactics insurance companies use to delay or reject your personal injury claim.
Psychology.
Common tactics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tactics is
Keyword.
psychology.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Feeling sad lately? There is a reason for that. Don't ignore it. And then she
Seasonal
goes into the
affective
whole thing.
disorder. Psychology.
Oh, sad. Season.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because you put it in caps there.
No, because that's the name of the disorder. Seasonal affective disorder. Absolutely. SAD. It's called SAD for a reason. It happens between January and March of every year. People feel a little bit more depressed.
After Christmas.
Right after kids, because there's no sun, because we as people don't get enough vitamin D. No one gets enough vitamin, but we need it because we're deficient. Psychology.
We need it as in our melanin needs it.
Yes, everyone needs it, but because our skin is so dark, it's harder for us to get it. So we need more sun in order to have that vitamin in our body. And without it, it controls things like emotion. So
Does that go for all?
serotonin levels, hormone levels?
Does that go for all melanin people? And I'm talking even like dark Indians and all sorts of stuff.
All.
Like,
If you have melanin in your system, you need vitamin. We all need vitamin D, but we as melanated people really need vitamin D. We need it.
Everybody needs it. because
Everybody needs it. It's a vitamin.
Even the mountain people them need it.
They need
because
it.
That's why the suicide rate gets high during the same months for a certain segment of people on the earth. So,
Yes. Everyone needs it. So everything I do so my grandmother, how it all started for me is my grandmother had schizophrenia. So the whole idea of mental health illnesses and challenges was thrown in my face at a very young age. And so from the age of 16, I started studying the mind. And I understood that there was a lot happening and it all started here.
Wait, from ages 8 to 16?
From 8, 16, 21, 25, 30, 45.
Oh shit.
It started very young for me though, because I saw someone who I thought was very strong literally lose her mind in front of me. She lost herself.
Your grandma.
My grandmother.
My grandma did that too.
See, and it's hard to watch. Did you watch that? Did you
She went
experience
back
it?
home because when I was realizing it, and she was just saying weird stuff. And I'm like, yeah, she's going crazy.
Yeah, my grandma had
had
us
to go
look
home.
for a bird that was like 6 foot tall and white in our house. Me and my brother were looking for it. We called my parents like, Mom and Dad, something's wrong. Something's not right. We'd come home, the door would be open, my grandma would be wandering the streets.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, watching that at a young, it's traumatic.
Yeah.
So I said to my mom at 16, Mom, if I'm going to lose my mind, I want to know why it's happening. I said that to her. I'll never forget that. And from there, it started my course into all of this. And everything I do, the paper is just one thing. Like my heart and my soul is around psychoeducation. We as a people need to understand who we are. And we don't take the time to do that. And this is why when things are happening to us, we don't understand it. I know exactly what's going on with me. Not just the good things, the successes in my life. I know where I'm messed the hell up. I know my trauma and I understand it. And now, because I understand it, I'm not out here just projecting on people and hurting people and doing fuck shit. Right? So psychology is life. We just don't know that because we have no idea about our psyche at all. At all.
So why not be like a psychiatrist or something?
Okay, so there's politics with everything. So when I finished my master's in Michigan and came back to Canada, they told me that I had to do more schooling and take tests and pay money to say that as a psychologist.
Because you got your
Master's
in America.
Yeah.
They do not recognize?
Some don't.
Why is that?
Politics. I just told you that.
No, but I mean, besides politics, do you think
It's
there's
just
a reason?
even with international students, if someone from Nigeria came here and they were doctors, that's why we have a lot of doctors driving cabs and engineers driving Uber.
So funny you say that because Pierre Polyev said the same thing. I was watching this guy talk about like, why do we have like acclaimed doctors from another country come here and be cab drivers?
That's what it
doesn't make no
is.
fucking sense.
But that's why, because there's politics. If you do not get your education in Canada, they do not honor it. Period.
It's beyond politics. It's money. If you don't pay
Thank
the
you.
money,
And I wasn't paying money.
$35,000
I wasn't paying
you
it.
to pay to the government,
Thank you, Fury.
it's not going to happen.
I
for
ain't
you.
paying you nothing
You
to
could
tell you that
call
I'm
yourself
smart.
the president of
away.
blood clot Bahamas. You come here, so go work in a burger joint.
Yes, you're driving a cab.
Flip
100%.
burgers.
I'm not paying you money when I know I am knowledgeable. So I refuse to do it. I refuse to enter the system. That was me, 100% saying no. I will work for and this is how my business started, is because I said, I'm going to work in the community with all this knowledge and help my people. I'm going to teach them everything that I know. Everything I learn, I share. This is why I write. Everything I learn, I share. I'm not greedy with my knowledge. I learn and I give it to my people, hoping that they'll pick it up.
That's so freaking sick. So you're gonna vote Pierre?
Pardon me?
Are you voting?
Why?
Oh,
No, hold on. Now,
Whoa,
hold on.
there
Hold
it
on.
is.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me
Let
tell you
me hear
something.
this.
So I'm going to tell you something. I'm actually working for Elections Canada this year. They called me just before you called me today. And I'm going to do the elections. I am going to do it. And I'm going to say this before anything else. Anyone who's watched the movie, it's a blaxploitation movie called The Spook That Sat by the Door. Anyone who watched that movie will know exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing. Got to be quiet about things. Now, I am going to vote. Do I understand that my vote means I'm voting for the exact same devil? Absolutely it does. Because these politicians have no power. There is a centralized system. Here's a conspiracy theory. There's a centralized system that controls everything. And all these leaders in all these countries are paid puppets to do a job. So it doesn't matter if you vote liberal, conservative, NDP, none of that means shit. You're voting for the same thing. It doesn't matter who you vote for.
You're voting for the world's objectives.
The world powers
Whoa.
that be's
You
objective.
just changed your whole entire perspective on things.
No. Oh, because you talked about our video a few years ago?
Yeah, I tried cuss me, tell them and say, yo, why don't you vote? People died to vote. And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you're looking at it and say, yo, since when is Lucifer better than Satan?
Yeah, you were right. You were right. You're right. You're right.
You cuss me, carry on.
No,
kick
you're right.
Your foot,
No,
carry on, wicked.
but you know what though? I still do think that we need to maybe again, you know what it is? Unfortunately, sometimes I have no faith in us as a people, because we could have started a party a long time.
We could still.
We could still do it, but who's doing that?
You.
They've killed all of it. Me? No, sir. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. I'm not. Listen to me. I prefer, my company's name is Here to Help. I'll help. I'm a leader in the way that I lead from the behind. I don't need to be in the forefront. I'll help a leader. Mm-hmm. I'll be there and do whatever you need me to do, but I don't need to be in the forefront. It's not necessary. It's not necessary.
It goes back to what Fury said in our last meeting. He said, we need more people like us in these high positions. Do you feel like you could be that person? Like you said, you're willing to work for a higher power but not be in power?
I am that person. I don't need a title. I don't need to be part of a political party. I'm doing exactly what I need to do. I'm doing what a lot of these other politicians need to be doing, not taking photos. I'm in the community. I'm actually helping. I'm doing what I need to do. I don't need a title to do that. Not necessary.
Okay.
See, I have people like Fury backing me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I have the people in the community backing me.
I'm not back nobody.
You back Oman. Stop this.
Well, when you put it like that.
See? There you
Yeah,
go.
when you put it like that.
See,
back it.
you're back. See?
Back my things by Oman.
All right. There you go.
I back Oman.
Oman. See? I was right.
My back Oman.
So
and my front Oman too.
there's a movement happening though. Things are going to happen. Things are happening quietly. I think, again, I recommend that movie, The Spook That Sat by the Door. For anyone who hasn't watched that, watch it.
The Spook
That Sat by the Door.
Blaxploitation.
Blaxploitation films, they were powerful. Blaxploitation films were powerful.
You into films and shit like that?
Absolutely, especially blaxploitation.
Oh yeah.
60s, that's when they were saying something. Never, they haven't said anything since the 60s. No one said anything since the 60s. I shouldn't say that. But they weren't as loud. 60s gave us the Black Panthers. 60s gave us Malcolm X. 60s gave us Martin Luther King. All those known people, 60s. That's when they came.
No, you're right.
That's when they were speaking.
The 60s came from the 30s and 40s.
I'm just, that's the era I want to be in.
20s, 30s, and 40s, Marcus Garvey.
So it goes back, obviously, yes.
Selassie.
Yes, absolutely.
Noble Drew Ali. Elijah Muhammad. You know, that's that era.
Even Bob was there before that.
Bob Marley
He was 60s, but he was before that
was
too.
a baby.
He was a baby though. He was a baby.
Well, in the
because-
60s?
Yeah, he was a baby, but he was still saying something.
No, he wasn't saying nothing in the 60s.
I thought he was born in '64.
I'm saying he's a baby.
Oh, I'm thinking 79 he died. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, he was
Or 81. What year did he die?
81.
81. So yeah, he was a baby.
Do
You're right.
you guys think that Selassie is like David's blood? Do you guys believe that?
I'm gonna hand this one to you.
I
This
mean,
is
Amir asking
you.
that?
Yeah, you.
I always heard that. I don't know if it's a rumor, if it's a true fact, but they're saying like he's gets David's lineage, which is in turn Jesus' lineage.
Okay, so why do you think David and Jesus have the same lineage?
That's what I read in the book.
All right, so
You want me to read, right? I read it.
so here's what it is.
He read it.
So let's look at it. All right. So it will start from Abraham
Yeah.
to Isaac, going down to Jesse, to David, to Solomon, going down to Joseph, to Jesus. So if you're going to take it in and say that, if you say that Selassie has the same bloodline as David and Christ, that means you're accepting the fact that Joseph was the father of Jesus and there was no virgin birth. Right?
Correct.
Because the bloodline's not coming through Mary, it's coming through Joseph.
Yes.
So this is where it comes. This is where it gets tricky. So if you're asking me, is Selassie through the same line of David, I'm gonna say yes. Monarchically speaking, and bloodline speaking, men are gonna come to you and say, well, how could it be because he's from this tribe, that tribe, and it skipped over this tribe, or his uncle was a Muslim, or this and that and the third. This is why they're not realizing that the bloodline, the Ishmaelites and and the Israelites still come from Abraham. They're half brothers. So you have Abraham here, and then Ishmael and Israel here, and it goes down like this. They're gonna mix.
Right.
So whether you want to say this, that, and the third, it's still mixing.
Yeah.
Right? You're still first brother, you're half brothers. So I'm gonna say yes to that. And I just gave you the reason why I said yes.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have people on this in the comments say, "Oh, blah 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 blah." I'm gonna say, "Take a suck your mother about today." You don't know the fuck you're talking about. But unless you read books, don't talk to me.
You better be reading.
Okay. Well, that was always interesting to get someone's take on that. And I know you're an educated guy, so that's pretty dope. Going back to...
He was the only king. Sorry.
Go ahead.
He was the only person that had, in 1930, every nation that had power had to come and bow down to his coronation. And when they're bowing, this is what they're bowing down to. They're bowing down to a black man being crowned King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, elect of himself, elect of God, light of this world, defender of the faith. This were the titles that were given unto him, while Queen Elizabeth and these people are bowing to him. Heads of
What was her name?
Queen Elizabeth, and then we're bowing to him at the coronation. He's the only king that made his wife get crowned at the same time as him. Because more time it was the king getting crowned, and then 7 days later the queen would get crowned. He's the only king that made Empress Menen get crowned at the same time as him for everyone to see. So when you see the pictures, you see him and Empress Menen side by side. He changed that. He's the first person to do that.
Wow.
Yep.
That's so dope.
You're so knowledgeable.
I know, right?
You have so much sensicles.
That's why he gets all the views.
And honestly, you have so much sense. That's why I share your stuff. Because I like your brain.
Don't touch me with them false nails.
You know?
It's
No,
gel.
no
It's gel.
disrespect to Mitsibu. You know,
Right?
You know, so I love you.
Art girl. This is art.
Yes.
It's art. This is Jamaican. She's a Jamaican artist.
Okay. Okay.
She's dope with it.
Yeah, she's nasty with it.
This is why I do this, because I support my own.
Mitsibu.
Big up Mitsibu.
Mitsibu. Okay. Lord Free mentioned that something about men, and you were like, "Well, I need men." Like, why do you feel that? Like, in a land, in a world that, like, we were going back and saying that
Really?
women are independent, they don't need niggas, they don't need men. Like, why do you still feel like you need a man? Is that old age? Is that mentality?
You know that narrative? First of all?
Yeah, I
did you
did
just
say
ask me
that.
if that's
I didn't say that.
Did you just ask me if this is old
in
age?
terms of matureness, in terms of
Yeah, man,
maturity.
she old. No, she old. She old. She's not old.
In
Good.
terms of maturity, she's not that old. She's young. I'm just being me.
This man said, "Oh, you can't take it back now. You can't. You have to
I don't
hold
wanna
your,
take it back.
hold your position. Hold your position."
I'm explaining why I said that. I'm old. I
Okay.
feel like I'm old, but I guess I'm
How
not.
old are you?
41 in July
July what?
22nd.
Oh, you're a Cancer.
You're one day
Leo.
before Celestia.
Cancer Leo, yeah.
Big up. Okay. Okay. So I'll say this. You know how we're talking about narratives and psychology and all that.
Yeah.
So there's been a aggressive push on single motherhood, and women can do it by themselves, and it's just not natural. That's what it comes down to. For me, I personally believe in balance. I believe that there's feminine and masculine energy for that whole concept, the whole spirituality, and it's not even a concept. There's spirituality behind that, masculine and feminine energy. There's certain things for me, and I'm saying personally for me, that I'm sorry that I need a man. I just do. There's things that I'm really, really good at. Right? And it's not saying, like, I'm a leader in my own way, right? But I also want to have someone in my life who I can look up to lead me. I'm sorry. That's what I want. Right? And I feel a man, how we're made, that's what he's there for, to help lead. But I'm not just going to let anybody lead. because I have sense. So you've got to be really fucking smart and a real man to lead me. But I need men for many reasons. Sexually, I need them. Emotionally, I do need them. People say men don't have emotions. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. You just, as a woman, have to learn how to tap into it and understand your man.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to learn. You're spending too much time focused on yourself. You need to think about him and the fact that his life and how he looks at the world is different. But I told you, it goes back to, I think everybody needs to take time to learn who they are. I know who I am in this world. And me, personally, in this world, I need a man. I do. I want someone there that I can turn to when there's things that I can't figure out myself. And there's things that he's going to need. He's going to turn to me when he can figure out, because we all have our strengths and our weaknesses. There's, again, balance. There needs to be balance, period. I don't wrong anyone for feeling what they feel and doing what they do. Do you? But I'm going to speak for me personally, that I love men. I love, and especially men of color. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I will never give them up. I'll never turn my back on them. I love men of color. I love us.
Why you about to say men of color? I mean, I don't understand what the fuck y'all go with this.
I don't want to say black because I don't like saying black, because black is not a nationality.
That's men.
Melanated men. Let me say that. I like melanated men who have enough melanin in their skin. I like that.
Dark niggas.
The dark ones, the ones that have, like, you can look at them, you're like, you can. I don't want no ambiguous.
Like Seal.
Yeah, you are from Africa, Regin. You're African. The more African you look, the better for me. Listen, I've partaked in pretty much everything. I have. But my preference is my own. I like us. Our men are revered and feared for a reason.
No, I understand. We always talk about, like, people trying to break down the hip hop culture, turn it negative. Is there that same directive in breaking down the woman and making them feel the way how they feel now? Like, is there like, how do women
feel now?
Like this whole single woman movement and the single parent movement? What is there, like? Do you feel like there was some sort of play to make them feel like that? Like,
absolutely.
I don't. Or do you understand what I'm saying?
Disrupting the family.
Yeah. It was
a direct attempt to make sure that but that started. Have you heard of the Willie Lynch letters?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Okay, so it goes
Is
back
it real?
there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe it's real. I believe. You know why I believe it's real? Because I look at society how it is now, and it's exactly what he predicted.
Here's what you don't know about the Willie Lynch letters. Willie Lynch got it from a black man.
I didn't know that. That I didn't know.
He asked his top slave in the house. He said, "Top slave in the house, boy, you get over here now."
He didn't say it like this.
I said, "I would like you to tell me how I keep your people under subjugation."
He sounded like he was doing spoken word.
I said, "I would like you, boy, to tell me how to keep the nigger woman and nigger man dumb, deaf, and blind, and docile in the brain. And it's give me the goddamn
BET.
babies coming out like poop, 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 poop."
Tyler Perry. All right.
Don't you ever in your life call me that little blood clot.
No, I didn't call you Tyler Perry. I'm saysaying this is what they were doing. I'm just adding as ad-libbing.
No. Man, I tell you what, how Willie Lynch got this guy to tell him how to do it.
Tyler Perry.
Because just like Django Unchained, you've seen Homeboy in the house have Samuel Jackson say, "Our house, master."
Our.
Oh, I will tell you how to do it.
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you how to get them niggas. Oh, you gotta put your whooping on his ass. That up in the nigga, up in the damn Negro Django. Same mentality is the same mentality when you ask him a question, how to conquer your people.
Yes.
He's gonna give you everything. And he's gonna break it down to everything. Willie Lynch couldn't do it by himself.
Never.
It was a Negroid.
Again.
That's what we're good for, selling out. You think white people come to Africa and just come club us in the head and take us away like that?
No.
No, that's not what happened. They came and said, "We come as Bible people at peace. Come, holy." And
they gave us the Bible.
We're looking at them like they were, "Yo, you have disease. What the hell? Why are you so pale? You never seen them. That part of Africa, they never seen them before.
You have disease."
Right? So I'm just telling you what they were thinking. Right? And then they were like, all right, so watch this. So they showed them all their traditions and shit, and then something was to happen between a tribe and a tribe. Now you have to take this in what I'm saying to you. Right? This is how they mastered us. they capture another tribe. And they're like, yo, this is how we deal with our enemies. And then we start cutting off, beating and maiming, cutting off balls, cutting off cock, in front of the white man, We start raping women in front of the blood clot white man, And he's looking at us saying, yo, these guys are fucking animals. Yo, if we're gonna use them as slaves, we have to be triple bad. Like we have to go worse than this. We showed him how to
treat
conquer
us.
And on top of that, now he used trick knowledge on top of it, which is something that we didn't use. We're just showing off, We're showing off for people. That's what niggas do, They show off. Hey, guy, they don't know you, but they see you and they want to show off and make you see how big and bad they are, how hard their cock is to fuck other people, take people's property and rape and kill and cut off balls. And we're gonna eat that nigga too, Well, watch, we're gonna make a fucking soup out of him. We're like, yo, goddamn. Hence them burning niggas at the stake after the lynching and taking off pieces of flesh, barbecuing that nigga, eating that nigga. They learned that shit from us. We taught them how to master us, right? It's our fault. So it's our people's fault.
Willie Lynch is real.
So Willie Lynch, blood clot. It should be called nigger lynch. It shouldn't be called Willie Lynch because a nigger is the one who fucking taught him how to do it. We taught them how to master us. That's just the way it is.
Wow. And you feel like the break into the home is a direct factor with the Willie and Lynch letters?
Absolutely. It was orchestrated. It was orchestrated. They cannot have strong... You put a father and a mother in a home with a child and give them that nurturing environment. What do you think that child's going to turn out as?
A fucking astronaut. They're
They don't want that.
President, whatever.
They don't want
whatever
that.
he wants to be.
They don't want that. They don't want that. And when I say they, I'm not talking about white people because people instantly think that's who I'm talking about. They, conspiracy theory, here we go again. They is a larger, a very small actually group of people who want to control everything.
Illuminati.
And it's not white people alone.
And it's not white people.
Alone.
I told you, I said this.
People don't know that. People think Illuminati is, no, it's not them alone. There's niggas involved. Deeply involved.
Very involved.
People don't know that, but I'm just making y'all know. It's not, y'all think it's white people. No, it's niggas.
How do you think they know how to get to us? Think they just figured it out? No, they studied. They studied us. And they have people who are obviously going to tell. Money rules this world. Money will make people do a lot of things. And this is why I tell you, even with these world leaders,
You know what? It's not money that rules the world,
What rules the world here?
Information.
Information rules the world.
Without information, you can't make money,
It's very true. You need the information first. This is why data is so key. Data is important.
Right.
That's why people always want data.
Yeah. No, that is very
Data
true.
is very important.
You have
That
information.
is currency.
You can turn that to anything you want it to turn to. If you know that there's fucking oil right over there,
That is
and
money.
you don't tell nobody, that's blood clot
That's
money.
money.
You can make a deal with somebody and say, "Yo, give me $25 million right now
For that.
and I'll show you where
Exactly where it is. Yeah.
And that's it.
So it's
Give you
true.
25 million,
Information.
and you have to make sure you have an army around you. When you leave, they don't kill you for your money, and you go about your business.
And that's why they corrupt many people in many countries, because they have access to information that no one else does. And that equals money.
I'm going to say two names and you guys tell me how you feel about them. And then I'm
Okay.
going to ask another thing. Rothschild, Rockefeller. What do you guys think about those names?
You want to deal with it? Or what?
If I was just gonna say something, I would just say oligarch, and that's where the money is.
Oligarch. People don't know what that is.
I know they don't. Read. I'm sorry. Is my word too big for you? Read. Read
When
something.
you say Rothschild to me, I'm looking at people that follow a bloodline from the mountains that came out and have a bone to pick with the rest of Europe and every other country and every other nation of the earth. They got something to prove, so they want to control everything
Everything.
based on economic stability. And they want to influence everything, and finance everything. So Rothschilds are notorious for financing wars. They're the ones who financed the Napoleon War. They're the ones who financed World War I and II. Right? They feed one side, and when the other side starts winning, they're like, take money and go on this side. That's what they do. When it comes to war, their family they always win.
And they fund psychologists.
Right? And they take all the
Western
information,
European psychology.
and they put it into a big thing, and they look at it and say, all right, this is what we're going to do next. Like, and they have they own every blood clot media.
All the media in the world. Remember we were talking about that narrative?
So Rockefeller
There it
is the
is.
same thing. Rockefeller invested money in every blood clot thing to do with war too. But they're doing smarter. Not really smarter, but they're doing things like, if America needs bomb shells, they're the ones who make the shells. You can't go to war without and say, so they're just taxing the government billions of blood clot dollars for the shells. Shells that hold the bomb,
Yeah.
missiles, bomb and missiles. So, and their money can't count. Then you have a man like Jay-Z that wants to be like a Rockefeller. He's doing it in plain sight.
Lord.
Then what's the name? J Electronica. So Jay-Z, J Electronica goes marry a Rothschild girl.
Really?
Did he?
Didn't he?
I didn't know that.
Google it.
J Electronic?
Yeah, and then say
Married a
Rothschild girl.
Rothschild?
Yeah, Google it and see if I'm lying.
Really?
Maybe I'm lying.
Huh.
I think you're lying.
Really? I'd find that hard to believe. But it could be true. Nowadays, we don't know.
If
Yeah.
not married, lie down with one. I was with her for a long time.
J Electronica.
Yep.
I like J Electronica.
J Electronica. J Electronica. That guy's sick though.
I like him.
So then you have these people
It's too
doing
bad.
these things.
Had an affair with Kate Emma Rothschild, the wife of Benjamin Goldsmith.
Jeez.
Wow. Wow.
All right. So
Dropped some
Wow.
knowledge, Fury.
Wow.
Yeah.
am I telling lie?
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
So
Fury, this is
Jay-Z,
why I like you.
Rockefeller, J Electronica, who signed to Jay-Z,
Okay.
Is
which
with a
makes
Rothschild.
sense. Which makes sense.
Rockefeller Rothschild. So the question you're asking me has to do with these rap niggas too.
Yes.
So
Interesting.
yeah.
Wow. That is
Interesting.
crazy.
That is crazy. I would never. Where did you even find that out from, guy?
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Where did you even get that information from?
I wouldn't even remember
I
that.
wouldn't even thought to think and look it up. Like, where'd you get that from?
I got it from my Bali suits.
Okay.
I'm done. Okay, so we need to get belly suits. Apparently, it's part of my
Yep.
new education. Where can I find one?
And I tell you, still,
You see, so he doesn't want to share the wealth.
He had this for a long time. It still fits him.
Yep.
You also do interviews.
Yeah.
Tell us about that big one.
Oh, David Icke. David Icke was huge.
I don't think he gets interviewed by people.
So I'm gonna say this on the show. I'm gonna say this. I'm the only journalist in Canada who has ever interviewed David Icke.
How long ago was that?
About 4 years ago. Wow. And I interviewed him 3 times.
Wow.
I'm the only journalist, not forget color, forget race, forget religion, forget gender. I'm the only journalist in Canada that he sat down and talked to.
Why did you want to talk with him? Was it something that was tasked to you? Like, how did that even happen?
It was tasked to me. COVID happened.
Okay.
And the paper, and this is why I'm telling you, paper is so important. The founder, Grant Browning, we knew right away that something was wrong with this whole COVID nonsense. Something just didn't sit right.
Mm-hmm.
So we started to research. And our research brought us to David Icke.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he had predicted this 20 years ago.
Really?
So we're like, we need to talk to this man.
Wow.
So he reached out to him and said, listen, I would like for you, Grant reached out and said, I would like for you to speak to our journalist, Simone Jennifer Smith. And we had something called The Awakening. And it was right in the middle of COVID. And this is when everyone was wearing masks and taking vaccines and all type of fuckery. We were saying something's not right, guys. And we said, David, you spoke about this. Do you mind sitting down and talking with us? And he said, yes.
Wow.
And he sat down. We had a 2-hour interview. I've sat with him for 6 hours talking to this man.
Jesus
Christ. He is, I don't know. That was my biggest interview of all time. Was David Icke. He was the man. He's the man. He really is to this day.
When she told me, when I first met this Simone, I said, yo, I didn't know about none of that.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we were just talking and told me that she helped people and blah, blah, blah. But she don't know, like, the importance. When she said, I know David Icke. I said, yeah, well, shut up, man. I fuck her, I talk. Well, you know David Icke. You know who the fuck David Icke is? David Icke is the person who he put on Jordan Maxwell and all these guys who I have their books. I have his books. These are the guys who tell you about Illuminati and Milton William Cooper.
Truth.
Who wrote the Behold the Pale Horse book. These are all the things that I learned. I'm like, you interviewed the man who put them on?
Yeah.
I'm like, what? And then she showed me, I said, Jesus
all
Christ.
That knowledge.
Yo.
And I sat there and I just listened. I didn't say shit.
She couldn't talk.
2 hours. I just sat there. It was a lecture. It was the greatest experience of my life. The greatest experiences of my life.
David Icke.
David Icke.
What was the most important thing you took out of that interview? Or those interviews, because you did 3.
You know what? His number one thing was love. It's interesting. He said the only way to defeat what's going on in this world is through love. That was my takeaway from every single interview, which I found very odd. But he was saying the same thing Bob said. Love. It's the only thing that's going to conquer what's happening in this world. That's what I took from him. I also took from him that people would be dropping dead in the next few years, and there's been enough people dropping dead.
Since that interview?
Since COVID. He said the next 4 years, you're going to see people die all over the place. And what's been happening all over the place? A lot of death. And not just death, people dying from, athletes dropping on the field. Just playing soccer, kicking a ball and dropping, dead. Basketball players.
Right? The plane crashes that's happening.
That's climate change agenda. That's a whole different situation.
The planes are attached to climate change.
Yeah, because it's carbon footprinting. Remember, they're talking about carbon tax. You know that? Have you heard this carbon tax?
It recently got cut.
Oh, okay.
We'll see.
So soon you're going to be, you remember you're going to be taxed because they need to cut down on your carbon footprint. It's all control.
I don't know what that is, to be honest. I don't know what carbon is. I don't know why we have it. I don't know what it's about.
It's parroting. It's just words. Remember, these things are just, and we just listen to it and say, okay, we get carbon tax. Yay, when we get it in our bank accounts.
It's air.
It's nonsense.
Blood clot air.
Listen, there's so much. And like I said, this is why David Icke was so important. This is why he was pivotal. Because he talked about all of this 20 years ago.
It's crazy.
None of this is new.
More than 20 years ago.
Over 20 years ago. It's true. Over 20 years ago, he talked about this stuff.
In the 90s, he was saying that. The 90s, he was saying that.
And people were laughing at him. He spoke about this, and it happened.
They
And
started
he's like,
banning him from every country. He can't go to certain
he
countries.
can't go nowhere. He has his own island for that reason. He's on an island. He's on an island. Yes.
Really?
He can't. He doesn't travel like that. Because they won't let him. He's dangerous. Because, like Fury said,
Information.
information is power. That's the currency. And he has it. And they're terrified. Terrified of that. And now I have information.
I sat down and listened to him lecture about the Druids and the witchcraft and the blood clot sacrificing of this and I'm like, bomba clot. You want to buy? Yeah, I had a 6-hour video. Because back then I used to buy videos, and I'm sitting there and watching it. I'm watching David Icke talk about all these things. Enough of the information I have that he was speaking, I was able to connect it with the other information that I have. It just brought me like this.
He's an incredible mind.
Wow. So the timelines of what he's talking about, what he's saying, it matched the timeline of what I already read. All they make it more powerful, what I have to say.
Yeah, he's an incredible mind.
That is interesting. Holy, bro. That's honestly really dope when you get to talk to people like you look up to, man. Like, what was the most shocking thing actually that he said when you interviewed him? Where you're like, holy fuck, I didn't know that. Or holy shit, I don't believe that.
Yeah, everything. Honestly,
Everything?
Everything. No,
you
I'm
can't
serious.
like. When he starts talking to you, you just have to shut up.
Yeah.
Everything you don't have time to have aha moments because it's like someone turns on a faucet and the information
Relentless.
just coming at
it's
you.
relentless.
You just gotta listen. You gotta. I'm telling you, I can send you videos. I just sat there taking notes. I'm supposed to be interviewing him like a student.
Wow, that's so amazing, man. What else you got going on, man? You have this. I know you said you did the mental health stuff for your company. What's that about?
So that's focused on psychoeducation.
Psychoeducation, yeah.
I believe the best way for us when we mention like mental health to our people, they don't know what to do with that. They just kind of like
Brush it off.
yeah, they don't know. Like Fury, what do you feel about how you feel mentally?
How I am mentally? Am I a madman? Is that what you're asking me?
Yes.
Well, depending on how you see madness, is depending on if you're going to call me a madman or not. But in a general basis, I'm mentally good. I'm not in a bad place. You know, I don't drink no more. I don't smoke. But when it comes down to every man's problem, and if a man wants to admit it or not, would be the relations with women. Right? It said Solomon's the wisest man, but he didn't know the secret of a woman. There's songs that go like that. So when I look back at all my baby mothers and I'm looking at relationships, I'm like, yo, where did I go wrong? I chose wrong. Most of them I just chose wrong.
Or you're attracted wrong. You
I
could
was
be.
mirroring fuckery. So if I'm doing fuckery and I'm doing stupid shit, I'm gonna pick stupid shit. If you're depressed, you're gonna pick depressed, you know, right? Because it's familiar. So right now, when I'm on top of the world, in the fullness of my glory, Bali hats,
Oh Jesus Christ.
Louis Vuitton glasses,
Oh God.
Bali. I'm like 12 years old again, in the heights of my heights, right? With a cock that gets stiff, like a Burmese python in Guyana.
What is happening right now?
I believe I'm in pretty good health mentally. But believing and knowing is two different things. Do not come in because you're not welcome. There's an interview going on right now.
Who is it? Okay. Well, okay, yeah. The interview's at 3:30, so you can hold tight. Yeah, go ahead. Continue. Continue.
Like a Burmese python. I know I'm good, right? But there's times in my life where was not good. You know, homelessness will make you not good. Jail will make you not good. But even in jail, I found myself, I'm a teacher. People call me teacher and shit because I teach people stuff. So as long as I'm doing something that's progressive and I'm not sitting down doing nothing, I'm good. So mentally, I'm good.
Okay.
So
Spiritually, me good. Emotionally, I'm good. Sexually, I'm good.
why did I ask him anything?
Yeah. Financially, I'm all right. Is there any other shillies you want to know about? Soulfully, I have vibes.
Musically.
Musically, I'm good. There you go.
So there's not a lot of people who have done the work to see even how he was able to speak to the fact that he knew he was projecting and attracting certain people because of who he was. Not a lot of people do that work.
Yeah.
It's very challenging to look at yourself and to say, you know what, I am the common denominator in all of my problems. No one wants to do that. So what? I know I'm the common denominator in all my problems.
Right.
I know for a fact. I am. But that's what I'm trying to say. But I've had to take accountability for me.
Yeah.
And I want to teach people how to do that. So this is why for me, I know you can't come to most people who are melanated and say, therapy might be something you want to do. People will be like, But if you can teach them how to learn about themselves mentally, and that's where psychoeducation comes in, teaching them about certain things, I feel that that's helpful. It'll help us get to a point where we're able to do what Fury just did and break down. If you can break down yourself, you're a lot further in the game than most people, because most people have no idea who they are. None. They're just existing, not really living. They're existing off of what they know from their parents, what they know from society, what they know from their trauma. That's how they live. But to really live, not just exist, to actually really live, you got to take full responsibility for who you are. And anything that happens is you have to know it's because of you. You choose. It doesn't matter what's happened in your life. You choose to behave a certain way, period. And I've said this before. Just because you've had trauma, it doesn't allow you to be an asshole. I've said this before. It doesn't allow you to, because we've all had trauma. Doesn't mean you can just be out here shitting on everybody because you went through some shit. We all did. Fix yourself. How do you do that? Educate yourself about yourself. Psychoeducation, mental education, learn yourself. So I'm very big on that. I push that a lot.
So that's what the conference was about, or what?
No, the conference was about money.
Oh yes, it was about money. Psychoeducation is something
that was about the fact that we have nothing in our community. Our money recycles very quick. It's gone. It doesn't even recycle. It just comes in and goes out. Comes in and goes out.
Let's put a pin on that one.
Okay.
So this whole, because I think the psychoeducation portion of what you do is very important. Is there classes somebody can visit? Is there a phone line? Like, how do they want to be like, how do they reach out to you technically?
Many different ways. So I'd say the top way is just email me. Find me, email me, talk to me. You can go to my website. I have a website, Here to Help, which is being updated because I've evolved.
Okay.
I started off working just in the community, working with children. That's where my love is. To be honest with you, my love is with children, because them I can talk to. They get it. And they're not already too traumatized to work with, right? So I can really work with them. So I started with children. I started with the youth. I started with just learning. I started there. The paper, you can get through me through the paper. There's many different avenues to find me. But right now, my focus going into this era of my life, my focus is very much on helping people just work on themselves, become better, do better. Do better. Stop being a victim. Stop blaming everybody for your issues.
Here
That's
to
it.
help. Here to help.
Here to help.
Yeah.
Simone, my name Simone means to hear, by the way, in Hebrew.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that's where Here to Help came from. Simone, to help.
I never knew
Literally.
that.
Yeah.
That's
Simone
sick.
means to hear.
I don't know too many. I don't mind.
I know enough Simones. No, Simone's a popular name.
One of my cousins.
Yep, I know enough Simone.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's a popular name.
I wonder if they knew that before they named their children Simone.
It's interesting, and that's why they say be careful what you name your children, because technically, look at what I went into, something like psychotherapy and psychology. What is it about?
Yeah.
Listening.
Yeah.
And I literally was born into my work.
That's so dope.
I was born into the job that I do, to help people and to listen to people.
One thing people don't realize, that even when you're talking to somebody and you're dropping, like, you see when I call somebody now and I start complaining, I say, "Yo, man, I can't believe this damn fucking idiot. Go do this and go do that. And mash up with things and blah, 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 blah." If you call somebody, tell somebody, and they answer you back and say, "Well, maybe you shouldn't do it like this, you do it like that." You're now with a psychologist, It's just not a good one. Right? So people are talking to psychologists every day, because everyone's a psychologist,
Yeah.
That's true.
No, you're right.
Not trained, but
Well, not trained, but walking, talking madhouse, right? But people just don't know who the good ones are and who the bad ones are. So what I'm gonna do with this one here, I'm gonna try to help organize a situation where we can have sit-ins or one-on-ones with people that need help organizing and structuring their thoughts and their traumas, and put them in order so they can understand how not to deal with people, why the things are going in a certain way, why they're stuck in a yearly cycle. people are stuck in cycles,
Yeah,
caught in the
for
midst
sure.
of sticks. They can't get out of it,
For sure.
right? Like, I mean, I watch women be with a man, cheat on a man, go to another man. And then on the same year, same time, cheat on a man, be with another man, and years of the same shit. I'm like, what kind of blood?
We're creatures of habit.
They're caught in a bad cycle that you can't get out of, and that's why their money will never grow. Their children will never. You know what I'm saying? People will not respect them, and you get out of this. You need to talk to somebody that's going to help you break that cycle. Women need to talk to women, right?
Absolutely.
Or men that they look up to. Right?
And there needs to be balance. Like you said, there needs to be balance. I'm glad you said that because there needs to be balance. I have an equal balance of women and men in my life.
You can't, because some women can't listen to women talking.
That's true.
They're jealous.
Yeah, true.
Just from looking at you to be jealous. And but they'll listen to a man who they respect and they'll take heed to what he says right away and more be, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta have it like, I'm a psychiatrist. I talk to people all the time. I'm like giving advice, sound advice too. 'Cause I don't get paid to do this shit. I'm just telling you what's better for you. Because if you get better for yourself, then when you come back to me, you'll be in a better situation to help me. But if I give you some quarterly blood clot answers and I don't tell you how to get out of the situation, then I'm gonna fucking make you come back to me with messed up.
Yeah. No, you're right.
And what's helpful for me is the fact that I have my mom and my dad, so I have that balance. I've had them my whole life. So I had a father who was always there. To this day, like before I came in, I was talking to both of them. Yeah, so like it gives me some grounding. It does. It gives me like I don't have them daddy issues that people talk about. I don't. My dad always came home. My dad was always there. My dad loves me to death. So I've always had man talk. I've always had that balance. So I'm able to, hear and see both sides of every story. That's why I told you I love black men. Well, of course I love black men. I have my father. I'm not going to be out here hating. Why would I hate on? I have a loving father. I can't hate on black men. I can't.
And so 2-parent homes is
are so important.
important. Yeah.
So important. I can't hate.
For sure.
Healthy 2-parent homes. Because there's very unhealthy
yes. Yeah.
2-parent homes.
No, I've seen 2-parent homes where the father is not home in the night. Not because he's doing fuckery, but he works at night.
He's working.
Yeah. He does a taxi at night and mom's doing
but
shit
he's
in the day.
engaged with his children though.
But
he's still engaged.
Yeah, no, I would say that person's life is very good. And obviously I think there's situations with his family, but like he's like a model father. Like he wants to, like he does for his kids first before anything else. And
Absolutely.
I admire that about him, regardless
of
him and his people's situation. Like, that's like, fuck, I wish I was like that guy, but I'm doing this. My dreams is first, regardless of my children. And maybe it's a bad thing for me, but that's just how I always was.
Well, let me say this to that. They say that, the whole adage of put your mask on first and help yourself before you help somebody else, right? So maybe you do need to focus on yourself so that you're in the right position to be there for your children. You can't just say, burn the fire in your children though, right? But you still got to take care of yourself, because if you're not good, see, Fury made sure he was good, which is why he's good for his children now. But if he wasn't good, how would his children be of any, like, how would they benefit from him?
From him, yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you're doing what you need to do. I always say take care of self first. I say to everybody, be selfish. People say selfish is a bad, no, you've got to be selfish, because if you suck in life, everything around you is going to suck in life. You've got to be good, because when you're good, everyone around you flourishes.
No, that's facts, man. That's facts.
Right?
Yeah. I guess that pins down to the literacy, the money literacy thing that you're doing. Like, why did you guys decide to do that? I don't know that obviously because like our community is messed up with money, but like, what was the goal about this conference?
So it's an organization called Brothers Who Care. It's about men, melanated men, African Caribbean men, black men have to step up, period. Do what you're supposed to do. But a lot of our problems will be they don't have this, right? So they need to do more. And the organizer, David Griffiths, that's what he focuses on, is like, you guys need to do more. We need to do more as men. We have to.
How do we do more though?
And that's what Leg Up, and this is what Leg Up is about. You've got to learn, earn, grow, utilize, and the psychology. It covers everything. Leg up. You've got to be doing more. You've got to do more. That's just because you guys are at a disadvantage. Men of color are at a disadvantage every time. You got to do more, right?
You're at a disadvantage if you think you're in a disadvantage.
And this is where the psychology comes in. That's where the psychology. Thank you, Fury.
I'm down. I can't do it.
The victim mentality. You're very right.
I'm not gonna get raped. I'm gonna be the raper.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Why did you have to go there,
Yeah.
bro?
Wow.
Why did you have to go?
Wow. Okay.
I'm not the victim. I'll tell you that.
I have nothing to say.
I'm not gonna be the victim.
I
Good
understand.
for you, Fury.
Yeah.
No, it's true. Don't be the victim.
No.
No.
Shit. It could be a narcissistic bitch. It could be a porch monkey jigaboo niglet
Porch
that wants to
monkey.
freaking act like he's wicked.
Niglet.
I'll tell you what's gonna happen.
Wow.
You'll get hands and feet.
Jesus Christ. About the conference, back again to the conference. How can people like myself, because I want to make more money or want to learn how to
Yes.
learn, earn, grow,
Utilize
Utilize
and
it.
psychology.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? How do I be a part of this?
So, simple things. Look up brothers who care. It's brothers who care. Put it in. You'll find out exactly what we're all about. And see, for me as a woman, I love the fact that, again, I can sit in the background and let the man take the lead. I'm just there to assist. I'm just there to help. See how the whole thing here to help
So
works out.
brothers who what?
Brothers who care
About what?
about brothers. Brothers who care about brothers. Brothers who care about help.
Brothers who care about brothers? Let me start dissecting this now. Because more I hear more about this blood clot brothers who care about brothers now. The fuck are you talking about brothers who care about brothers?
What is wrong with you?
What do they do?
Okay, so there's 4 pillars. I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell you the
let me-
4
let me
pillars
hear
they
the
work
pillars.
on, and they're community pillars. You're gonna enjoy this. So obviously the leg up, that's one pillar. Learn, earn. Okay, got that one. There is I see me. So we work with children in the community, and we actually teach them how to trade stocks, because that's not stuff that we learned when we were younger. Okay, so we give them money when they compete with each other, trading stocks. We give them money to put toward investments for their future. That's called I see
Where does
me.
the money come from?
Oh, banks. We have people who fund us.
You get sponsorship from the banks.
Yes, who
So
fund
what?
us.
So what the hell are the brothers doing then?
Facilitating this to happen. They're making the connection.
So why are they asking the bank for money?
Because they don't just ask, hey, and you know what, that's a good thing. We also do a collective movement where they have brothers come together every quarterly and all bring money to put toward causes in the community. So that also happens. Yes.
How much money have they put together?
I think the very first year was $26,000.
Oh yeah.
And that-
for
yeah.
over a whole year or this
Yes,
one time?
over a whole year.
From
Over a
what,
whole
drug
year.
dealers?
Maybe. I think so though. I don't think they're drug dealers. But I don't know people's
I'm
life.
asking if you're gonna ask me.
I don't know people's life, so I don't know what they're doing for their money.
I'm saying it's if you're getting from drug dealers, that's a good thing. At least they're putting the money to good use.
I don't know where they're getting. Listen, these men come and they donate. They're all supposed to bring $100 quarterly, or quarterly.
How many
bring,
men?
Depending, each time it's different. I would say 30 to 50 men who come and put money quarterly.
Quarterly.
Yes.
So let's say 50.
Let's just say 50.
$5,000 that.
Okay.
What, 20 grand then?
No, 20 grand. Yeah. Sometimes more, sometimes less, depending. And they come together and they put money to put towards things for the community.
That's pretty dope.
What
actually.
community?
Our community.
What's that?
Is it like a place?
African Caribbean community.
No, like, is there like a location, like in terms of community? Like, when I say community, I think my area.
GTA.
Okay. So there's no one community.
No, it's GTA.
You
so
guys
Hamilton,
spin a wheel and you just pick.
Scarborough, Brampton.
Oh.
We go everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere.
And it's only for
Durham.
it's only for black people, or is it for any people, any kind of people?
So listen, our focus is brothers. This is why it's called Brothers Who Care. That's our focus. But if people want to give, we let them give. We're not going to stop them from giving.
If a little Chinese kid wants to be a part of it,
Yes, absolutely. Come.
to be a part of the children part.
We're going to help. Yes. Our I See Me competition had children from all over the world. It wasn't just,
Okay, that's
people of color, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
and then there's the mental health hour, which focuses on men's mental health.
So how come you have a blood clot? Come at this thing so I can look upon it.
No, Jesus Christ.
Well, now you know.
Now you know.
No man know about
That's why this platform is here, ladies and
Thank you.
gentlemen.
Yes, now you know. Now you can come.
Who care?
Brothers who care, and they're doing huge
Yeah,
things.
she's talking about this all the time, but you know what? It's like, okay, Fury, come to this brothers who care business and come.
You know why? Because Fury will come with his faciness and come cuss out people. And I just can't deal with that.
Well, he's an information finder. You can't wrong him for being an information
I understand.
finder.
No, I
Information
don't wrong
seeker,
him.
not finder,
No, I
seeker.
don't wrong him. But you know what? His mouth is not his. So I'm worried sometimes that Fury will come and cuss people, and
What a girl can tell a lie about.
no, you will.
Oh my God.
You will, because if you hear something you don't like, you're gonna say something, and I know you'll cuss off these people sometimes because some of them are not there. Fury, they're not where you're at.
So what? You don't think I don't know if a person's mentally retarded.
I'm good.
I'm not gonna talk to them a certain way.
Miss Simone, what other things you want to let people know before we close off this wonderful interview today?
This is why I don't bring Fury.
What? Is something remmentally retarded?
Okay, the R word.
You can't
cool
say
now.
retarded.
Yeah,
Since when?
since never. Well,
Never.
Holy crow.
What the hell?
Okay.
Can't say it.
That's what in school. That's what we call.
Yeah, back in your day, nigga. This is
You
2025.
can't say that anymore.
They're challenged.
The
You can't say
challenge.
R's, dog.
You can't say the R's. You can't say
Yeah,
letters.
we can't say that word.
You can say letters actually, but you can't say that.
So you can't say tired.
Sure, fine. The shorter, cool. The tards, fine. If you want to shorten
No,
it,
don't let.
sure.
No, I'm trying to understand. Okay, hold on. This is a real thing you're saying to me right now?
Yes, that's actually abolished. You can't
You
say
can't
the
say
R.
retarded.
You're not allowed
No.
to say that.
You can't say retarded.
You can't say the tards. You can't say the agates. You can't say a lot of things
That was a word?
with the F.
Oh.
Yeah, we can't
Yeah,
say
you
that
can't
no
say none of
more.
them
There's
things,
a
Brethren.
word that
There's-
we can't say no more.
They call themselves that.
Yeah.
Listen.
Do you know that actually a faggot is a cigarette?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
In England.
In England.
Manure.
There you go.
I know that. I didn't know
I learned
that.
that. I learned
Just
that in the
saying.
dictionary.
So it's called
Just saying.
mentally handicapped then.
Yes, but we don't. There's letters now.
What?
There's letters. So there's certain.
So I'm doing.
Am I wrong?
I'm doing
What's the
crap right
letters,
now.
letters. There's letters now, like ADHD.
Oh, yes.
Like there's letters.
ADHD,
now.
ADD,
There's
like-
ADD. There's
yes,
letters.
yes,
You have to
yes.
use the letters now.
Yeah.
You can't say retarded.
Yeah, bad
Sorry.
word. That's a bad word.
Sorry.
But we can say nigga though.
You're really not supposed to.
You're not supposed to
but,
either.
But we claim it, right?
Yeah.
I guess
we do say it though.
if we have our own people saying that word, then why can't other people say it? In my opinion,
I have no
anyways.
problem with people that are
Yeah,
mentally.
it has ADHD.
What?
Could be challenged.
Could be
It could be different challenges
Listen.
that they face. That's how you.
I had a friend in school that was. We called him. Yeah, and I had no problem with him.
Oh Lord.
We knew he was
That way.
slow
Okay. Okay. Slow's okay.
but hyper.
Okay.
Slow but hyper.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with him.
No.
No,
okay.
there's nothing
There's
wrong
nothing
with
wrong
those
with any
kind
of them.
people. Yes.
Nothing's
I had a
wrong with
friend that
them.
was autistic in school
That's a better word.
There's another one. Yeah.
that owns a big company right now.
Of course
And
he
is
does.
filthy rich.
Absolutely,
I,
he
I
is.
would hope so.
I'd seen him, and he recognized who I was before I recognized who he was.
Mm-hmm.
As fat as I am now.
Yes.
Well, listen, Miss Simone,
Yeah.
anything else you want to tell the people before we close out? Any other ventures you're working on? How to reach
Honestly,
you?
no. Honestly, just thank you. You can find me at Here to Help on Instagram. You can find me at Simone Jennifer Smith on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a good
Slow it
page.
down. Simone, Jennifer. say it
Simone
again.
Jennifer Smith.
There you go.
2 first names. Just remember.
Yeah,
2 first
on
names.
LinkedIn. Okay. You can find me Simone Jennifer Smith on Google. Google me.
Dope.
You'll find anything you need to find.
Dope. Honestly, are you coming back?
Yes.
I need you to back. You need to be. You need all 3 of us. Me, you, Fury, and the co-host.
I am down
'Cause
again.
That would
Fury,
be
thank you for inviting me, Fury. I have to thank Fury. Fury has been like, you need to come. So thank you, Fury. You
thank
see,
you.
he cusses me, but he loves me.
You know, I
Right,
like.
Mali?
Don't touch me.
I really do enjoy accomplished, smart women. Like they're just
you.
like everything. Like I like to learn from people, and I feel like smart women is the only thing I can learn from. Because
I'm learning still though, man. But anything I learn, I will share, I promise.
Well, that's really dope. But we're closing out. It's the Man Them Show. It's your boy Vegas.
Lord, that guy Fury, judge and jury. I'm gonna take out my vocabulary in a hurry so I don't get scurvy.
First of all, scurvy, there's no more scurvy.
Who told you that?
There is no more scurvy. We all get enough vitamin C.
Who told you that?
When's the last time you heard of someone with scurvy?
You see, I'm man down the street.
With scurvy, and he had scurvy. He was diagnosed with scurvy?
Yeah.
You're lying. You're lying. Fake news.
We're out of here, man. What?
Fake news about scurvy. Scurvy doesn't exist anymore. We're not on a boat, Richard.
You have scurvy.